Welcome to episode 163 of the Fully In It podcast. Are you ready for back to school season? What if this time of year could be just as productive for you as it is for your kids going back to school? Join me in this episode for a conversation on leveraging the back to school energy to create momentum at home and in business. And stay tuned for the end of the episode for an announcement on a free 7-day challenge coming the first week of September, which at the time of this recording is next week, and you are not going to want to miss it. Welcome to the Fully In It podcast with Kate Saffel, a show for powerful moms growing life-changing businesses while showing up intentionally for their families. I teach you how to create a family-first and profitable business in less time by leveraging simple strategy, mom life-friendly systems, and above all, the mindset of going fully in it. You ready? Before we get into the episode, I have some other news I want to share with you. Have you heard? Expand Mentoring membership for moms in business is reopening for applications in just 2 weeks on September 9th. This is a 12-month-long program and community where we focus on growing a profitable business in less time while putting your family first. From weekly group coaching calls to accountability and daily text coaching in our private app, and a foundational program to support you in business and family life, we've thought of everything you need. Are you joining us this next round? From September 9th to 23rd, you'll be able to submit your application to join this community of mom business owners. To learn more, head to happierandmotherhood.com/expand-membership, or you can click the link in your podcast playing app. Once you're there, you can read all about it to prepare, get excited, and if you would like to talk with me first, you can scroll to the very bottom of the page to book a free consult call with me. Okay, so it is officially back to school time in my household, and as a homeschooling family, you know, that looks a little bit different, but in many ways, it is similar to the normal back to school, in that we have been spending the last few weeks prepping. We've been ordering books and getting our school supplies. My oldest started her schooling 3 weeks ago because of the homeschooling community that we go through. The older kids start sooner. And then my younger two are starting this next week. But all that to say, we are feeling so ready for back to school. I have my new planner to help me track all of the kids' lessons and the work that they are getting done. I don't know about you, but I am always a sucker for a good paper planner. And I found a really awesome one at Aldi's. I don't know if you're familiar with Aldi's, but they always have this section in the store where they have kind of like their new finds. And around this time of year, they always have teacher planners, which for us homeschooling mamas is such a good resource. And so I was able to pick up an awesome new paper planner. And there is something so simple and satisfying about seeing all of our school plans written out and checking them off every day. But I'm also giving us lots of grace because you know that whole transition from the summertime to back to school, it can be a little bit tough, right? There is just so much change that comes. You are shifting your routines and your bedtimes and the way you do mealtime. And everything needs to reorient to that back to school season. The thing is too, is that when you shift it back to school, it can also be really good for your business. And I'm going to explain a little bit more what I mean. But I know that over the summer, with the kiddos home, your normal routines are thrown off. It can be really challenging to show up to your business and to maintain the normal things that you would because life is just happening all around you. Not to mention, summertime is just a time for relaxing and having fun, which doesn't always feel conducive to, getting things done and working. Now, for those of you who are in the Southern Hemisphere, I know this is totally backward to what you're experiencing, and that's okay, right? You're going to be going into summer or into spring soon, and you are going to be exiting winter. But I would say that this can still be applicable. I would see how, as you listen to this episode, that you can harness some of this energy and join us in using back to school to our advantage. Now, if you're the kind of woman who loved back to school as a kid, do you remember that, like fresh notebooks, maybe new clothes, a new outfit to wear on the first day? It is time now to use that same feeling to fuel your business. And here's how you're going to do that. What if you treated the first few weeks of your kids being back in school like you were also back in business? And if you have little ones at home, you're not at school age yet, again, I just want you to kind of play along with this. Even when my kiddos were little, I remember I would still kind of feed into that back to school energy, and I would get excited and buy my new notebooks and a new journal and pencils and all of that. And I would really try to lean into that collective excitement about being back to business, whether that's in school or your actual business. So what if you took it super seriously and you showed up with your fresh notebook, your planner, your willingness to learn and grow? You gave yourself the opportunity to just say, you know what, the summer was the way the summer was, and I am going to give myself a fresh start. I'm going to cut myself some slack. I'm going to treat this like day one, and from here on forward, I'm going to show up in my business and in my home in the way that I want to. So to make this possible, how do you want to manage your time? What is going to be most supportive for you so that you can create space for your business during the day if your kiddos are at school? And if your kiddos are home during the day, you're a homeschool mama like me, or you have little ones, how can you get creative about having consistent work blocks for your business? So for me, it is a little bit different because I homeschool, and, there's so many times I'm like, oh, it'd be so nice for my kids to go to school. But this is just the life that we've chosen, and we make it work for us. So I currently have a babysitter come Monday, Tuesday, and sometimes Wednesday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., just depending on my load that week. My kiddos are doing some of their homeschooling while she is at our home, and I'm working, and I am just checking all the things off. Honestly, when she's here, I am working super fast because I want to make the most of the time, and I find that just knowing that that time is limited, it makes me super productive. Then we tackle whatever school is remaining after she leaves. We also go outside, we take a little bit of a break together as a family. And then Thursdays are our community learning days. So this is where we gather with our homeschool community, and my kids learn all the new materials that they're going to be studying for the next week. Fridays are also a big homeschool day for us because, with our community day being on Thursdays, we really like to hit the ground running on Friday, which feels kind of weird. However, we find that if we don't do that, then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday can feel very busy the following week in preparation for our next community day. So this means that I am doing my heaviest business days on Mondays and Tuesdays. Wednesdays and Fridays, I'm working in the mornings before my kids wake up to get in another 2 to 3 hours of work, which gives me about 15 hours of work time a week. And that also includes my private client calls as well as the Expand Mentoring Membership coaching call. You're also going to want to be in the mindset of being productive, right? So that's kind of a bit of a shift. Again, in the summertime, we're relaxed. We're not really thinking as much about being productive. And so how can you move that needle to showing up in a more productive way in your business and at home? This means noticing any beliefs you have around your business that may be unhelpful or slowing you down. You want to reconnect to your vision for your family and your business and why it matters so much, and build your belief around you in particular and your ability to be incredibly successful at this. And if using the S word, successful, feels like too much of a stretch, I just want to ask you, what word could you get behind? Would it be feeling grounded in home and business? Would it be feeling capable? Would it be feeling productive? What would be that word for you? You can choose any word you like. Then hold the habit of showing up daily for your business as if you're going off to school every day. I don't know if you remember this. I was a public school kid. They would do attendance every single day. And if you were absent, right, that would count against you. I just remember that oh no, I can't miss any school because I don't want to get in trouble. Now, we want to take the positive of that and apply it to our business. There is no one, unless you are in, say you come into Expand and you have my accountability as well as the other women, or maybe you're in another community, typically we are accountable to no one as entrepreneurs and as mothers. We are the ones providing our own accountability, which can kind of backfire. But with that said, you want to see what you can shift so that you see showing up and attending to your business every day as just as important as the kids going to school every day, because it stacks up over time just by showing up even just a little bit every day that you can. Now, here's just a little tip that has helped me over the years is creating some kind of familiar rhythm to your morning that would help you anchor in this showing up every single day. So for me, it's getting dressed and putting on makeup and doing my hair, and that helps me shift out of mom mode into feeling productive and as a business owner. Then work in a spot that makes you feel productive. Then work in a spot that makes you feel productive, aka not your couch. If you're anything like me, I sit on my couch and I start feeling like I'm going to fall asleep. But you could work at the dining table, a desk, or if you're able to, go to a coffee shop or a co-working space once in a while just to change it up. If you still have little kiddos at home who are not in school, how can you create this feeling for you? Maybe while they are napping or they're playing, they're occupied in some way, you can make yourself a cup of coffee, sit down with your laptop and your notebook, and even just get 15 to 20 minutes in per day will create a measurable difference. But I just want to encourage you not to count yourself out. If you're listening to this and maybe you're just thinking, oh, this is not my season, or I don't know if this applies to me, I want to encourage you just to find the way it does apply to you. And how can you leverage that back to school energy in a way that is really supportive to you and growing your business? Okay, so announcement time. I promised you that this was coming. We know the kids are back in school, or maybe they're about to go back to school, depending on where in the world you live and school starts. So the kids are going to be back in school, but will you go all in on being back in your business? I'm going to give you an opportunity to do so, to be in community and have accountability. Join me for a free 7-day challenge. This is going to be happening on a private Instagram feed. You are going to have to register for it. But the goal of this is to help you shift from summer mode into that back in business energy, to build momentum and consistency both at home and your business, to learn some new habits and shifts, and to feel like you can calmly manage it all and not get stuck in overwhelm. Each day, I'm going to be sharing practical strategy and mindset shifts that are going to help you. These are going to be quick trainings, but they're going to be incredibly impactful. So you can think of it like you can watch these while you are having your morning coffee. You can watch them in the carpool line, and you could listen as you wash the dishes. These are going to all be in audio only, so you will be able to turn off the screen on your phone, pop in your earbuds, and just listen and absorb what it is that I'm going to be teaching you, because I'm so excited to bring this week of support, trainings, and just inspiration to your ears. So if this is sounding really awesome to you, this is what you're going to want to do. You're going to want to look at your phone where you're listening to this episode, and you're going to see a link to sign up, whether that's on the podcast app or you are listening to the episode on my actual website, you will see a link. Or you can go to happierandmotherhood.com, click the free resources tab, and you will see it right there. The Back in Business Challenge starts September 2nd and it runs through the 8th. But you know what? We may open it up a few days early. So I wouldn't delay getting yourself registered. And did I mention it is completely free? You have nothing to lose and everything to gain by coming and joining this community of inspiring mom entrepreneurs. Okay, my love, thank you so much for listening. I hope back to school goes well for you and your family. As always, I love hearing from you, so don't hesitate to send me a DM on Instagram or send me an email and just say hello. Okay, I will see you next time.